All right, what's good? Let's do it again, man. Let's talk this boxing. Let me make sure that the sound is good on the channel before I get into it. But what's good with everybody? Hope everybody is well. We got a lot to talk about today. It's going to be fun. It's going to be funny. It's going to be fun. I swear to goodness. Today it's going to be fun. It's going to be funny. All right, there we go. We in here now. All right, man. So we'll wait till some people come in. Alfred, what's going on? Said, I must be the greatest. The one he never mentioned the suit, like people saying, oh, you guys are there. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm way at the bottom. Let me say what's up to everybody, man. Mr. Shelton said, what's good? He said, oops. What's going on, man? Corey Yellowman Jackson in the building. He said, it only matter of time before the excuses stop popping out. Oh, you know it. Oh, you know it. BK in the building. What's going on, man? Michael Fleming in the building. What's going on? Alfred once again. A Zap. I must be the greatest one. I must be the greatest, the one. A Zap Sam again in the chat. What's good, man? Focus Ball in the building. What's good? Dapper Douglas. Hope all is well with you, sir. Underground Asylum, as always, the channel member. Let me take my hat off to you, my channel member. And my Patreon member, dog, who've been holding me down for a very long time. What is good with you, Underground Asylum? And everybody else, Desmond, Keemer, what's going on? Image Tattoos in the building. What's going on, Image Tattoos? Good afternoon, Fannon, and everybody in the chat. It is a great topic today. Do your thing, Fannon. Oh, we shall be doing the thing today. Desmond Keener said, peace, bro. New subscriber. I'm feeling the content. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate you very much. I'm feeling you feeling the content. That's what's up. I appreciate that, man. And I hope that there's more people to come and feel the content in later days. But there's no doubt going to be some people that are not going to like this content today. There's most definitely going to be some people that ain't going to like this content today. But before I get into it, and up front, shout out to the Mike and Pug show. Pug and Mike. Mike and Pug. You know what I'm talking about. On the grilling of Mauricio Sulaiman. I was thoroughly impressed. Had them all stuttering. I had listened to the whole thing now. So I still but had them stuttering. Had Mauricio, time will tell. Time will tell. Them dudes is basically like, look, Mauricio, man, you know that belt's some bullshit. I got to interpret it. Come on, man. That was some bullshit, man. It's causing all kind of confusion. Don't nobody know who the fucking champion is. Dog, what's with this horse shit? You cut this shit out, Mauricio, you're going too far, man. Dude, it was like a college white boy cussing out. It was really nice and extremely polite. Well, let me tell you, you're adding a lot of consternation, confusion, and dissension to the ranks of the fans out here. We need reconciliation. What will we do post-mortem to overcome this contemplated, this complicated situation and this conundrum? You know what I'm saying? They'll throw all kind of conundrum, all kind of shit out there to tell you. You fucking up, Mauricio. You fucking up, okay? You fucking up, okay? Stop fucking up. You're going too far, dog. I don't know who over there at the WBC is convincing you that this shit you trying to do makes sense. But, dude, when you got Pug and Mike and Pug going off on you, you know, oh, come on, man. Hey, come on, man. Maybe I got to listen to them more often, big media. Maybe I got to listen to big media more often so I can hear if they got a little more sauce. Because I was like, I didn't realize they had that in them. I was impressed. So shout out to you, man. Almighty Vintage says, shout out to you, OG. Spitting Facts. Subscribe the other days. Keep your foot on the Lomachenko's neck. Oh, yeah, the excuses. But I'm telling you, it goes around, dog, to everybody. Because, see, they always hang themselves on their own petard. You're always hoisted by your own petard. out here talking all kind of crazy shit about Deontay, all kind of loose tongue about him too. Teddy Atlas, all kind of loose tongued about him. People all over there talking about how he's making excuses. The surgery's an excuse. The weights were an excuse. Excuses. Wilder, just be the better man. Just the better man. You're embarrassing yourself. Yeah, hoist it. Hoist it on your own petard. You talked all that smack. You talked all that bumping and bump. And then Lomachenko gets beat and then gives a bunch of excuses out. But we're not going to start there today. That, my friend, is for the second discussion. Okay, we will be having 3 discussions today. All right, in our time together. We shall be talking about Teofimo Lopez's big ratings and what they mean. Because you know, he's a mega superstar. According to Teddy Atlas, right there, he needs to be a superstar. He's a pay-per-view superstar. Now, get ready. I'm telling you, if you are a Teofimo Lopez fan, you are not going to have any problem with anything that I say today. If you are one of these hating ass fools just jumping on the Teofimo Lopez bandwagon to try to shit on other fighters and try to start an argument in the chat, you're not going to like it, dog. You're not going to like it. You're not going to like it. But let's start first with the ratings, okay? 2 million pay-per-view, not 2 million pay-per-views. Okay. First of all, let me give you my opinion about it. I think a lot of people wanted to see the fight, and I do not know if Teofimo Lopez is a big star. That's what I think first. Salute to you. First and foremost, I don't know if he is a superstar, but we can analyze the situation, and you can tell me. Superstar. Who are the superstars in boxing? Can somebody name me the superstars in boxing? Name to me the superstars in boxing. In your own head, if you don't feel like typing and hitting the like button, but think about it. Who are the top fighters in boxing? The megastars. Canelo Alvarez, right? Manny Pacquiao, Errol Spence, right? Let's just do those and say Deontay Wilder, right? Those are the big stars. I want you to imagine that they fought on ESPN for free against another big world champion. What do you think the numbers would be? Oh, and Tank Davis as well, obviously. What do you think the numbers would be? Do you think that that is a fair way to look at that? I think that it is. What would you expect another big star to get in that same scenario? What do you think Gervonta Davis, what would the numbers have been for Gervonta Davis versus Teofimo Lopez on ESPN? Right? Jonathan Diego, let me ask you a question. Now, I like that answer, but I have to ask you to do a little research. What was the last ratings that Vasyl Lomachenko got when he fought on regular ESPN? Because this is Vasyl Lomachenko, right? What were the last numbers that he did on ESPN? If they are roughly the same as what he just did with Teofimo Lopez, then that tells you those are the numbers that Lomachenko does on ESPN when he fights on regular ESPN. Because usually Vasyl Lomachenko is on ESPN Plus and not ESPN. Loma did 2 million against Guillermo Rigondeaux. That's not true. He did the same numbers. See, I walked you through it so I could get to that. Lomachenko against Guillermo Rigondeaux peaked at like 2.1 million. It did the same numbers roughly as Teofimo Lopez. Let me help you with something, Sean Gooley. See, I'm not interested in that horse shit that you're going to try to get me to walk down so you can stop it. But I'm going to tell you why that horse shit, I'm not interested in that horse shit right there. Because I didn't bring up Devin Haney. The question is whether or not Teofimo Lopez is a megastar or not. And I think a reasonable analysis of it should be to answer the question, we should analyze that. You didn't ask me whether or not Devin Haney was a superstar or not. I never said that he was. Please keep your red herring bullshit to yourself, okay? Do not change subjects and try to get people running off somewhere else. We'll get to Devin Haney when it's time to get to Devin Haney. Now, thank you very much for your question. I enjoyed reading it. Now, please stick to the subject matter at hand. So, Guillermo Rigondeaux and Teofimo Lopez did roughly the same numbers when they fought Vasyl Lomachenko. Teddy Atlas said that because of the numbers that Teofimo Lopez did against Vasyl Lomachenko, he can now be a big mega pay-per-view star. Why did you not say the same thing about Guillermo Rigondeaux when he fought Vasyl Lomachenko? Oops. So, I think what might have happened is people wanted to see the Guillermo Rigondeaux fight with Vasyl Lomachenko, and people wanted to see the Teofimo Lopez fight with Vasyl Lomachenko. And Bob Arum thought the fights were big enough and would do well enough to put it on regular ESPN. The question is the numbers. No, Rigondeaux did not win. Lomachenko won. So those were Lomachenko's numbers. Right? King, Greg? We're establishing not that Guillermo Rigondeaux is a superstar. I don't think that he is. And neither do you. Once again, bring the shit back on point. So you guys, I might actually do this today and see how many bodies I can catch back to back to back to back to back. But I think I can run them off like rah, 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 rah. Who cares if Guillermo Rigondeaux won or not? The 2 million were for Vasyl Lomachenko. Okay? So these 2 million could be for Vasyl Lomachenko. Couldn't they? Or do you think that everybody comes because they already know the winner? Does that make any sense, King Greg? That people would come and view the fight because of who ultimately wins it? That is impossible, King Greg, because people do not have fucking time machines. You watch the fight because you want to see the fighters. See, what you guys want to keep doing is keep acting as if one fighter makes the fight. That's not the case. Fights are made by two fighters. There's a blue corner and a red corner. Fighter one, fighter two. Without fighter one and fighter two, there is no fight. So the question isn't whether or not Teofimo Lopez is a superstar. It's whether or not it was a good fucking fight that people wanted to see. And if you give people the fights they want to see, they will watch them. Just like Vasyl Lomachenko versus Guillermo Rigondeaux. The reason that what I am postulating is this, Mr. King. The reason that Vasyl Lomachenko did well with Guillermo Rigondeaux is that people wanted to see the fight. Because people were asking for the fight. People badgered Vasyl Lomachenko for the fight. They badgered Bob Arum for the fight. We badgered the media for the fight. I was on here doing videos being annoying for months and months and months and months about the fight. And they eventually made the fight. And when they made the fight did well. Who the fuck would have thought? If you put a fight on that people actually want to see, that people will watch the fight. But no, you guys want to take victory laps for your fighter as if everybody knew that Teofimo Lopez was going to win when he went into that fight. That would be like saying that Canelo Alvarez was the star when he did 2 million pay-per-views with Floyd Mayweather Jr. This guy is emotional. You're right. I am emotional. Please get the fuck out of my chat. See, I got emotional and I threw you the fuck out. When you guys are right, I will tell you that you're right. You are right. I am emotional. I'm a human being and I have emotions. You are emotional too. You feel anger. You feel sadness. I wish that they would put trolling as a fucking emotion, but it's not an actual emotion. There's some emotion behind your desire to troll me. So what are those emotions? Irritation? Could it be? Maybe a little anger because I'm right. A little frustration because don't nobody give a fuck what you think. Could have been all that. All of those emotions were going through your head when you decided it was time to troll. Now, I digress. Back to the fight. Yes, Teofimo Lopez has the potential to be a great star. Is he a star? You don't know. I don't know. Bob Arum doesn't know because it was 2 million on ESPN. Okay? The only thing, the most significant thing about the 2 million is that it didn't flop. Because every other ESPN card has flopped all year. And then you get one that does what it's supposed to do because it's a good-ass fight. You want to crown somebody king and then run them into the pay-per-view land and never get to see them fight a fight like that again, is what it sounds like to me, because I hear a whole lot of y'all coming up for reasons why Teofimo Lopez is too big of a star to fight Devin Haney. Now he's too big of a star. But guess what? Who does he want to fight next? You know who he's more like? He ain't going to one. If he doesn't go to 140 and he doesn't fight Vasyl Lomachenko, I guarantee you he is not going to fight the guy that he wants to fight. And I won't say who the name of that guy is because you can watch the video on that. However, suffice it to say, dog, MBF, no black fighters. And don't act like we didn't know that shit just came out last month. No black fighters. I'm calling NBF if by Top Rank if he does not fight Devin Haney. NBF, no black fighters. Because you cannot tell me that you do not think that Devin Haney is a good fighter. You guys are trying to, for a guy that Teofimo, but see, this is how it happens all the time. Teofimo, and I gotta break it and say, Teofimo Lopez could be better than Devin Haney. I don't know, but I would like to see it. And there's nothing wrong with me wanting to see it. There's nothing wrong with me asking to see it. Okay? And there's definitely nothing wrong with me pointing out people that do not want it to happen for their own fucking reasons. Okay? There ain't no valid reason that Devin Haney can't fight Teofimo Lopez. The only, except for Bob Arum's reasons. Okay? Bob Arum's reasons. And Bob Arum's reason is the same reason Bob Arum didn't want Vasyl Lomachenko to fight Devin Haney. Okay? This is just Bob having moving one belt from an old fighter to a new fighter and still ducking Devin Haney. And now you guys are trying to use the same bullshit excuse for Teofimo Lopez not fighting him as you did for Vasyl Lomachenko not fighting him. It's the same excuse. Who has he fought? Teofimo Lopez is too big of a star. Lomachenko is too big of a star. Lomachenko's too much of a star, and then he inherited his too big of a starness for Devin Haney. He just inherited it by beating him. Lomachenko ducked Devin Haney because there was a significant chance his ass was gonna lose that fight. And you just saw it. Okay? And you just saw it. So please do not try to artificially fluff up Teofimo Lopez to superstar status. And let me explain why he is not on Gervonta Davis's level. Stop it. Gervonta Davis has sold out arenas in 4 different U.S. cities. 4. He sold out stadiums in New York. He's not stadiums, arenas. He sold out arenas in New York. He sold out arenas in Atlanta. He sold out arenas in L.A. He sold out arenas in Las Vegas. And he's about to, and if it was a regular crowd, he'd be selling out in San Antonio too. So do not get up here and act like Teofimo Lopez is the new pay-per-view star when there's a dude who's sold out in 4 consecutive cities who's about to fight on a pay-per-view next week on October 31st, a real pay-per-view in the middle of a pandemic that people will be buying. So do not give me the Teofimo Lopez is some big-ass megastar that does not belong and that Devin Haney has not deserved the right to fight. Teofimo Lopez just barely earned the right to fight Tank Davis. Okay? Stop it. That's what I'm saying. Don't run downhill with the dude. $2 million is good. And it's something to build on. He has not arrived into superstar status. Okay? Deontay Wilder would do $1 million on Showtime, which is not anywhere near ESPN, and y'all acted like nobody knew him off of $1 million on Showtime. So if nobody in America knows Deontay Wilder and he did $1 million on a show on Showtime, a premium subscription channel, do not tell me shit about Teofimo Lopez being a megastar because he did $2 million on ESPN. Okay? No. Not when Caleb Plant and those guys did $1.7 million on Fox. Stop it. Stop it. That is nowhere near superstar status. And that is not me hating. That is just a fact. If you don't call Gervonta Davis a superstar, then with Teofimo Lopez right away. Don't, you know what I'm saying? When you start talking to, catch your shit right there. Because he's nowhere near Gervonta Davis. He's nowhere near Gervonta Davis. And Gervonta Davis did it without a Lomachenko. Without a Lomachenko. His arrival fight was Jose Pedraza. Say what you want about Tank, but Tank sells Tank. And he ain't Tank. So since he ain't Tank, don't tell me that Devin Haney ain't got to fight him. Because guess what? If Tank held the same belts, Devin Haney needs to fight Tank too. Tank would need to fight Devin Haney too. Please. Is he a superstar? No. Was it a great performance? Yes. Could he be a superstar? Yes. No doubt about it. He could be a superstar. How could he be a superstar? By beating Devin Haney. By beating Ryan Garcia. By moving up and beating Jose Ramirez. And beating Jose Ramirez. Because if he does, beating Josh Taylor. Because if he does that, he's going to be a pay-per-view star. Without a doubt. That's what he needs to do to be a pay-per-view star. Stop trying to concoct ways around other fighters. That's how he becomes a pay-per-view star. It's right there. You beat Devin Haney. And then after you beat Devin Haney, you beat Ryan Garcia. After you beat Ryan Garcia, you beat Gervonta Davis. Then you move up and you beat Jose Ramirez. By that time, dog, you're selling 2 million pay-per-views. You're selling 1 million pay-per-views. Because you're the fucking man. Because you deserve to be the fucking man. Not because Teddy Atlas calls you the man. Or says you're the man. Or indoctrinates you into the manhood. Whatever that crap is that they did with Vasyl Lomachenko. To get him 10 million. How much money do you think that Vasyl Lomachenko, that they spent in marketing on Vasyl Lomachenko? In marketing dollars. Millions upon millions would be my guess. They have been selling this dude nonstop since 2015. Nonstop is the greatest fighter ever. And he did $2 million on regular TV. As much as ESPN is regular TV. And he did those numbers with Rigondeaux too. No, man. That's why these dudes are never going to be Floyd Mayweather. Because Bob Arum ain't going to let you be Floyd Mayweather. He was trying to get Floyd Mayweather beat. Okay? That's why Floyd Mayweather took all those fights. Because he was like, I'm trying to get this little obnoxious dude beat. Let me throw him in there with Janera Hernandez. Let me throw him in there with this dude. Let me throw him in there with that dude. Let's rematch this dude. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Anyway. Marcus Lewis said, Fannon, explain to me how there are only 2 black fighters on the pound-for-pound list. Where's Tank, the Charlos, Caleb Plant? Can't even get love because he's with PBC. Exactly. Because they're bought because it's not a list. It's not a real list. It's a marketing ploy to sell. It's just marketing to sell ESPN and Golden Boy fighters. Because that's who they put on the list. They either put Monster Inoue because they wanted him to sign with Top Rank. They threw Tyson Fury in there. They throw Tyson Fury in there because he's with Top Rank. You know what I mean? Throw Canelo because you can't avoid it. He's with Golden Boy. But, dude, like I've been telling you, dog, it's enough to say that Vasyl Lomachenko just lost and he's still on there. And Teofimo Lopez got on there. But Jermell Charlo did not get on there. Ring Magazine, after a draw, which is a technical, and a draw in a fight in which Tyson Fury barely got up to finish the fight, was lucky to get up to finish the fight. And they demoted Deontay Wilder from the number 2 heavyweight to the number 3 heavyweight. These are trolls, okay? These are trolls with press passes, is what they are. They're trolls with press passes. Many of them. Because they're just paid for what they're saying. There's no way that people can believe the crap that they're saying on a consistent basis. It is so irregular. It is so irregular. The ranking systems of the WBC is ridiculous. How in the world these same people will rank somebody and say, okay, this guy's the number 16th ranked guy. He's going to fight the number 12 ranked guy, and he becomes the number 3 contender. How does that work? What kind of ranking system does that? One that's not a system. See, because systems are predictable and repeatable. If you cannot find the system, there is no system. They don't have a ranking system. A ranking system would be predictable. You know, like a computer system. You know, you don't wonder if this day you press this button to turn your computer system on, and then the next day you press that button over there. You know what I mean? In the system, Control-Alt-Delete always brings up reboot. Every time. Every time you hit those 3 buttons, it does the same thing. And that's the system. Systematic. There is nothing systematic about the WBC's ranking system. They got to get rid of the word system. It's not a system. It is a group of people that sit around in a room and decide which fighters will make them the most money. That's their system. What fighters will make me the most money? Not an iota of care about who the best fighter is. They won't even name a champion. They care so little about who the best fighter is that they won't even give you a champion. Why else you think they got 3, 4, 5 different champions in a ranking in a sanctioning body? If everybody's a champion, nobody's a champion. Ooh, and Mike Coppinger or whoever, or maybe it was Lance Pugmire, asked him too. So you're telling me you're not taking any sanctioning fees for these? If they're not a belt, why is he paying a sanctioning fee? You're supposed to be sanctioning championship fights. It's not a championship fight if it's not a championship. You can't name every game of the NBA season a fucking championship. You know what I'm saying? You guys, if Mauricio Sulaiman and Valdekar and these other dudes, not the IBF, and if the WBC was in charge of the NBA, they would have a championship game every 82 championship games. It'd just be 82 championship games. Hey, we're going to meet you in your city. We're not going to have any games no games in Oklahoma. We can't play any games in Oklahoma this week because, the tickets ain't going to work. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah. Oh, my God. We're going to get the championship game. No, I'm sorry. Mauricio Sulaiman named the Los Angeles Lakers the franchise champions of the NBA. So we don't really need to have any of these bogus, first and second rounds and all that stuff. The fans don't want to see all that. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. You guys are terrible. But at least they didn't flop. I am happy about that. I am. And I'm happy for Teofimo Lopez because exactly. Teofimo Lopez's stock went up. That is the best way to say it. His stock went up. But I hate to always be the guy that is punching people back down into reality, okay? But I'm sure some of you hating ass channels can make videos and debunk me. And please debunk the fact that I said that Guillermo Rigondeaux and Lomachenko did the same amount of numbers. The last time Vasyl Lomachenko that I know of was on ESPN. And if that's the case, then why are these good numbers for Teofimo Lopez? It seems like they're just normal numbers for Vasyl Lomachenko. Right? You know what I'm saying? I only think he fought on ESPN but twice. One Rigondeaux, one Teofimo Lopez, and they did the same numbers. Why would I think? I'm just happy that it didn't flop because that tells you something about their other ratings. Tells you something about their other ratings. If Vasyl Lomachenko performed as normal, then why do the rest of your ratings suck? Is the question that I want to know. Hey, Bob, can you explain if Vasyl Lomachenko did the same numbers this time with Rigondeaux as he's doing with Teofimo Lopez, it seems like that's consistent, right? Two good quality fights with Vasyl Lomachenko, with two very, very good Latino fighters. One was coming up. The other one was, had a legendary win over Nonito Donaire. Right? Because don't get me wrong, Guillermo Rigondeaux was something. They're all lying to you about nobody wanting to see Guillermo Rigondeaux because the truth of the matter is, when Guillermo Rigondeaux was on HBO and he had the fights after Nonito Donaire before they blackballed him and threw him out, did the same numbers roughly when you take into consideration that Rigondeaux was what Rigondeaux was counter-programmed by, because I think he was counter-programmed by a Showtime fight, but the numbers were roughly the same for Lomachenko and Guillermo Rigondeaux. Despite all the talk about how exciting Vasyl Lomachenko is, his numbers have never been significantly better than what Guillermo Rigondeaux's were before they blackballed him. But they just chose to blackball Guillermo Rigondeaux and let Lomachenko shine. Now, let me ask you a question. What do you think the numbers are going to be if they allow Terrence Crawford to fight Kell Brook on regular ESPN? Let's see. Or are we going to get it on ESPN Plus, where you can't see Terrence Crawford's numbers? Because Terrence Crawford fights Kell Brook on regular ESPN and does over 2 million pay-per-views. Are you going to say, 2 million views? Are you going to say he's a star? No, you're not. What you're going to turn around and say is that he did what he was supposed to do. And it's no big deal. And I'm only talking to Teddy Atlas. I'm not talking about to the Hispanic fans of Teofimo Lopez, because y'all got a beast. Okay? You got a beast. And Teofimo Lopez is a beast. That boy may very well get everybody. And I've been saying that for a while. I've said that from the beginning, that of all the people that I've heard that my sources say who the best fighter of that bunch is, I regularly heard Teofimo Lopez. Regularly. No, they stopped the conversation. I would say, what do you think about this guy? What do you think about that guy? And these are all guys you know, the same group of people that they're talking about. And they said Teofimo Lopez. And I've been saying that for a long time, dude. Teofimo Lopez has the ability to be that superstar. He's charismatic. He's in that he is willing to tell you the truth. He's willing to show you who he is. He's a terrific boxer, and he can be there for the long haul because he can both box and he can slug. And he thinks in the ring. He has all the ability to be that special fighter. But not if you stunt his growth by preventing him from fighting his peers. Teofimo Lopez needs to prove that he's better than his peers because that's what's most essential. Teofimo Lopez, you can't compare Teofimo Lopez to Floyd Mayweather Jr. practically because they will never fight each other. But you can compare him to Devin Haney, and they can fight. Let him fight his contemporaries. Do not protect him from his contemporaries. Because that's what you're doing. That's what they did with Canelo. They protected Canelo from his contemporaries. Everybody else that he beat was older. Everybody he beat of significance was older. Check me if I'm wrong. Kovalev was older. Gennady Golovkin older. Julio Cesar Chavez a bum. Floyd Mayweather Jr. older. Austin Trout older. Erislandy Lara older. Where's the fight with his contemporary? Jermall Charlo, a guy that is developing at the same time as him, preparing to fight him, developing his career, knowing that eventually he'll have to face off specifically with Canelo. Not some guy that did not get trained for years and years to fight Canelo. Some guy that is already on his way down, who's already lost, who's already been to the top of the mountaintop and now on a decline. No, a guy that is in your class, that is in the same age as you. Joe Ali fought his contemporaries. He fought his contemporaries. He fought people older. He fought his contemporaries, and then he fought people younger. Canelo has not fought anybody his own fucking age. Jermall Charlo was the guy, but you guys want to superstar him out of it. When the truth of the matter is, you don't know what Canelo Alvarez's numbers are anymore. And Canelo Alvarez has never done Mayweather numbers. He's never done Pacquiao numbers. And that's the truth. Manny Pacquiao, 2 million, 3 million. Right? How many millions of Canelo Alvarez has, I don't believe that Canelo Alvarez pay-per-view number sales have consistently been like Mayweather's. They're not Mayweather numbers. They're close, and they are not quite Pacquiao numbers. They're somewhere a little bit there. I don't even know if they're really Oscar De La Hoya numbers when you're doing like 1 million flat, 1.1 flat, because those were the pay-per-view numbers that he did. 1.1 flat, 1.2 flat, right? His 2 million pay-per-view was against Floyd. I'm telling you, I don't believe that Canelo Alvarez has reached his potential as a star. If he beat Jermall Charlo, he beat Demetrius Andrade, and he was beating these guys in America who are American fighters in his own age group, and he cleared out that division, dude, everybody would be supporting. There would be no doubt people would be supporting Canelo because Canelo would be bringing in that fan base too. Canelo Alvarez Floyd. When Canelo fought Floyd, he had the Hispanic fan base. He had the black fan base. When has he done that since? And the numbers aren't anywhere close to what they were with Mayweather. You do, but you guys want to ignore it. Even Canelo, even this thing, man, no. I'll leave that because I need to move on to the next section. But no, man, y'all need to stop this fantasy shit, okay? At least as boxing fans, we can understand that it is fantasy shit, okay? Canelo, you keep saying that Canelo was so much better than everybody because he beat guys that are older than him and on the decline. But then you say the guys that are with him because they never got the chance to fight any of the other guys, that they don't deserve the fight. What you're doing is you're picking somebody out of a group of contemporaries and trying to raise them above it. So now nobody has to fight Devin Haney because Devin Haney hasn't fought anybody. But Teofimo Lopez fought somebody. Well, why did he fight him? And why didn't he fight Devin? That's just the real. That's just the real. No, Teofimo Lopez is not a megastar yet. Yes, Teofimo Lopez can be a megastar. Yes, he is on track. Yes, he has the ability to be as great as any fighter that I can think of. Why not? He's undefeated and he just beat Lomachenko. But he's got to beat the other guys around him. Lomachenko was a guy that ducked Devin Haney. Do not turn Devin Haney into Sonny Liston, okay? Be man up, Floyd Patterson, and fight the man. Everybody telling Floyd Patterson not to fight him. Don't fight him. He doesn't deserve it. What were the reasons? He's a mafia boss. He's in the mafia. He's done all these bad things. Sonny Liston, Floyd Patterson, don't give him a shot. Don't give him a shot. And Floyd was like, nah, man, he did what he needed to do to get the shot, man. Yeah, I'm going to go. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm jumping in the guillotine. I know it. But fuck it. I'm not a champ if I don't. That's what Floyd Patterson said. I'm not a champ if I don't. What do you mean? He's the #1 rated guy. I have to fight him. If I don't, I'll be a disgrace. And he wasn't a disgrace. And to this day, that's one of the most outstanding things about Floyd Patterson, that he gave Sonny Liston his just due. He didn't do Sonny Liston like you all want to do Deontay Wilder, like you want to do Jermall Charlo, like you want to do Devin Haney, like you would do the Tank if you could fucking get away with it, but you can't get away with it with Tank. But you're going to act like Teofimo Lopez because he got 2 million views on ESPN and managed not to get smoked by them MMA. Did you read it? Oh, we didn't lose to the MMA. Top Rank didn't lose to the MMA. What the fuck you doing losing to MMA anyway? The reason why you losing to MMA is because you won't put the best fighters on. And they will. Fuck all that, oh, they need to do this. And no, they put the fights on, dog. People know who the good fighters are, and they make the good fighters fight each other, period. They ain't concocting a bunch of shit that I know of looking from the outside in. But you all want to concoct champions. All of a sudden now, Teofimo Lopez is Floyd Mayweather Jr. Teddy Atlas saying, oh, he could be Floyd Mayweather Jr. Man, shut up. He ain't even Gervonta. Man, and people, dude, let me tell you, Bob Arum would throw Teofimo Lopez out in the trash can tomorrow to get Gervonta Tank Davis if Gervonta Davis, Well, actually, all Gervonta needs is a little straighter hair. Okay? Gervonta, change your name. This is how you get down. This is how Gervonta can get down with Bob Arum. And he would be the greatest fighter ever. Look, man, Tank, you got to shave your head. Shave that shit down, okay? All right? And you change your name. You change your name to Gervontito. Change your shit to Gervontito. And convince him you from Argentina or something. Fake like you can't speak the language. Knock out about 30 motherfuckers over there and pretend like you can't count and don't know how much you should be paid. And Bob Arum would have your ass greatest fighter of all times. Man, y'all act like y'all don't know Tank's that dude, man. I can't believe y'all asking me whether or not, honestly, cannot believe you guys are really asking me whether or not that dude is, and I like Teofimo, but dog, no. He just passed up Ryan Garcia. Maybe. You know what I'm saying? Maybe. But don't doubt it. It's coming soon. It's coming soon. You know Ryan's going to get that fight if Oscar De La Hoya is dumb enough to make the fight. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think Oscar De La Hoya is dumb enough to make the fight, okay? Because that's Golden Boy. That one. That's the Golden Boy right there. Because, you know, that's how it works. See, Teofimo Lopez, he got the power, he got the strength. But he doesn't look like, you know, what's that motherfucker's name back in the day? Errol Flynn, you know what I'm saying? He don't look like one of them 1932 models and shit. You know, actor models like Errol Flynn. That's what the fuck Ryan Garcia look like. Ryan Garcia is gonna get that money, okay? And ain't no, as long as he don't lose. And I cannot believe for nothing that they're gonna throw him to Teofimo Lopez right now. And if he could beat Teofimo Lopez, hey, dude, this class of fighters are incredible though. Hey, we're gonna move on to the next one though. Your excuse-making ass, Vasyl Lomachenko. And I got to get super chats. Oh, my Lord. I have not looked at a super chat. My man, Taquan Savage said, Duckello did what? EJ going to surprise a lot of people. Oh, yeah, I think he can get him. And my man, Taquan Savage says, salute Fannon to God, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, man. We over here just talking this boxing. I'm going to roll down slowly as I can because I know y'all don't. Keith James in that super chat said, what up, Fannon? The mother freaking Don. Dissect him. Oh, we dissected because we ain't even done dissecting. We about to get on this how you treat Deontay Wilder in Vasyl Lomachenko's excuse-making ass. Okay? Because now we in the meat of the show now. We in the meat of the show now. Y'all know y'all fucked up. Y'all know y'all fucked up. Boxing scene, you cannot be writing articles supporting and giving Vasyl Lomachenko excuses for having surgeries. And that's why he didn't throw a punch for the first 6 rounds. Teofimo Lopez's heavy-ass jab is the reason he didn't throw his damn hands. Don't be trying to get this dude no excuses. But that's okay. For him, it's an explanation. But for Deontay Wilder, for things he didn't even say, it's an excuse. It's funny how easy this is with y'all. It's like it's systematic. You can't. Now, the ranking system ain't a system because it's ad hoc as shit, right? But you all's responses to certain things, like clockwork. Clockwork. When you guys were blasting on Deontay Wilder for months, he said he blamed his loss on the suit. He blamed his loss on the suit. He said his legs were heavy. He had surgery on his arm. It's just an excuse and a coward. You all even blame him for Tyson Fury trying to duck him. You blame Deontay Wilder for anything with Deontay Wilder's name written on the same sentence. Deontay Wilder kidnapped small kids. Yeah, he did. He's terrible. Yes, he did. You guys lie on him when you can't believe dumb shit. You lie on him. But Vasyl Lomachenko. Oh, and by the way, not only do you believe it, people then go out of their way and comment on it. You remember that? It's like with Deontay Wilder. Diego, he said they didn't say that about him because he lost to Loma. Dog, it don't fucking matter what they say, dummy. They showed up to the fight. You don't go to a fight because you already knew who won. We're talking about the ratings. I'm going to go slow for you. Ratings are how many people watched the fight that night. Okay? People don't know the winner until the fight ends. So, the 2 million people that came for the Lomachenko Rigondeaux fight did not know for sure that Vasyl Lomachenko was going to win because it had not happened yet. So, the same thing applies to Teofimo. People did not know that Teofimo was going to win. So those 2 million people that came did not come because Teofimo won. They came because they wanted to see the fight. You're adding something extra to it. I know for sure that I watched it because I wanted to see it. See how that works? Does that make sense to you? I watched the fight because I wanted to see the fight, not because I already knew who was going to win. Bob Arum does that. You think I'm Bob Arum, that I put fights together that I already know the outcome for. Not me. 2 million people watched the fight with Rigondeaux because they wanted to see the fight. 2 million people watched the fight with Teofimo Lopez because they wanted to see the fight. Okay? And it works out that way in other pay-per-views. Okay? And that's just a fact. Because Floyd Mayweather Jr. fought Andre Berto and did like 500,000 pay-per-view buys. When he fought Manny Pacquiao before that, he did what? 5, whatever it was, right? When he fought somebody else, he sold less. It always depended on who Floyd was fighting, how well his pay-per-views did. That's what boxing is. It's 2 fighters, but you are trying to follow this media nonsense that a fight is only with one person. It's not. It's with 2 people. It's in the rules of boxing. You guys have to back up off what the media tries to sell you and go back to what boxing is. Boxing is 2 people that get into a ring to fight for money. Okay? And the people pay the money because they want to see the fight. If people just wanted to see one fighter, they would go to the front of their house and give him money for walking out his door. They would be paying for his interviews and things like that. That's not how it works. The same numbers would have happened if Teofimo Lopez would have fought Devin Haney. The same numbers would have happened if Lomachenko would have fought Devin Haney. It would have been the same damn numbers more than likely. Same numbers. But if he had actually fought Devin Haney, we would have known. But we will never know because he won't fight him because of the self-fulfilling prophecy that black fighters don't sell, so we won't sell them. And you're not going to get around this. You have to fight Devin Haney. You cannot just act like he doesn't exist. Make up belts, brand new stupid belts that nobody believe is real. Stop humiliating yourself to get your own way. Make the fight. Okay, this is the age of the internet. Everybody sees it. Everybody knows what you're doing. It's not a question. You are trying to get around Bob Arum is going to try to get around Devin Haney. Mauricio Sulaiman of the WBC is supporting Bob Arum in trying to get Teofimo Lopez around Devin Haney. And I have a suspicion Mauricio Sulaiman did the same shit to Deontay Wilder with Tyson Fury. Because why in the hell does the WBC, why does Top Rank have their logo on the WBC franchise belt? You hear this? Top Rank has their logo on the WBC franchise championship belt. How do you get to put an advertisement on a fucking belt? Where's the PBC button on that belt? Can that belt even be real if you have the Top Rank emblem on it? You guys have your sense of judgment is terrible. And I mean it. I saw the picture. It had the belt that Teofimo Lopez had that was the WBC belt, had franchise engraved on it, and on the side, it had a Top Rank logo. I have seen great champions of the past name on logos, but I have never seen, or I don't think I should ever see, a promoter's logo on a championship belt. Did they pay for that? Are you now putting stickers on your championship belt along with just manufacturing them like you want to? Dog, boxing is not a printing press. Stop it. Stop building. Stop. We'll just put another weight class in. How do we increase revenue? Giving me another weight class. How do we get more revenue? Create another championship belt. Dog, it's over. It's over at 72, man. It's over at 72 champions, man. You cannot take it to 200, Mauricio. Stop. People know, man. We've been watching boxing as long as you. But the Deontay Wilder excuses. It was all excuses for Deontay Wilder. But Lomachenko was an explanation. Ain't that interesting? And the only reason the Deontay Wilder's is an excuse is because they want to think the worst of Deontay Wilder. And the reason why it's an explanation from Lomachenko is because they want you to think the best of him. Because there's literally no difference. Except for the word excuse has some begging in it. Versus the other one being intellectual. Let me explain to you what happened and draw a picture for you. I hurt my shoulder. I had to take injections the day before. And the referee's scoring cards were way too wide. And I think I won because I dominated the second half of the fight. So that's why I believe, that's my explanation for why I believe that I really am the champion. Ooh, Vasyl said that? It has to be right. That is a great explanation, Vasyl, because I didn't understand why you left, why you lost. See, I was out here thinking the other guy was just better than you. But thank you very much for your explanation. Now I know that it wasn't because Teofimo Lopez kept a jab in your face, you couldn't get around it. It wasn't that Teofimo Lopez hit you into the body and made you back up, and that he consistently whacked you straight behind that high guard. You know, the only guard you have. This one, straight up the middle, boom, with that uppercut. It wasn't that. Thank you for the explanation. It was because your shoulder hurt. Deontay Wilder, though, stop making excuses. You being tired and having a torn shoulder and all that ain't no excuse. That's just an excuse. The explanation is the one that I want to believe, that you just suck. It's how they do you, man. It's how they do you. But let me read some of these super chats. Keith James said, what up, Fannon? The motherfucking Don dissect them. Yeah, we're going to do it today. Am I missing y'all? Let me go in back here because I've been talking a lot. I got, I've organized myself this today. I said those body shots hurt Loma and backed him off. Yeah, exactly. The better fighter won. What's going on, Gennaro Jackson? Yeah, the better fighter won. The better fighter won is what happened. But it's very important to talk about it so that at least people know and they can hear. Man, much love in that super chat to my man Frank the Trucker in the building. What's good with you, man? Thank you so much for your support, sir. Thank you for your support. For now, he's not going to beat Devin Haney. Well, let me examine that Devin Haney fight for a second. that is going to be it'd be a very tough fight for Teofimo. Because Teofimo Lopez showed holes in his game and he needs to get better. Teofimo Lopez, that 8th, 9th, and 10th round, that was telling you, look, man, you got to get better. Don't lunch, dog. Teofimo Lopez is going to come out of this a better fighter. Because, yes, he won that fight, had a great game plan, but he took a little bit of an ass whooping in those rounds in the middle. So he's going to have to figure out how not to let somebody do that to him. You know what I mean? How not to let a little guy just duck up underneath your jabs, get up underneath, and start letting straight right hands, it's a southpaw. Yes, a southpaw start lighting you up with straight left hands. Because that did happen. You know what I mean? That did happen. So guess who? And you know what else I noticed? Teofimo Lopez is not as big as Devin Haney. I was shocked when I saw that. I was shocked. Devin Haney is bigger than Teofimo Lopez. Saw it on a video that BFTB did today. Nah, dog. Like, did you see Devin Haney stand next to Mikey Garcia? Mikey Garcia wants no smoke with that boy. He's big. I'm saying, like, y'all can say he can't hit, like he ain't knocking people out. I'm telling you this. That boy is big. Big. Much bigger than Lomachenko. Much. He's bigger than Teofimo. I mean, like this. Big. Don't lunch, dog. You can take that L. Spence versus Danny is a great example of rating. What do you mean? That his ratings? I mean, they're former champions. Danny Garcia's top rankings don't really upset me much because I think that Danny Garcia is a hell of a fighter. You know, I can't really complain about that, about those. Said Teo has a bigger skull than Haney. Yeah, but he ain't got bigger reach. Do I really think that Devin can beat Mikey? Yeah, I do. Maybe not right now, but yeah, absolutely. Why not? Did you not see? Hey, Gennaro, did you miss the Errol Spence Jr. fight with Mikey? He didn't win a round when Mikey boxed, when Errol boxed him. Yeah, I think Devin Haney can beat Mikey Garcia. Yes, I think he'll beat Mikey Garcia. And I think he might shut Mikey Garcia out, is what I think. Oh, you say you missed Lisa Snow's super chat? Oh, please, Lord, don't let me miss that super chat. Devil be damned, I missed that super chat. I ain't gonna lie. That's one of my favorite super chats. Hold on one second. Let me stop the entire show. Make sure I say thank you to Lisa Snow for a super chat. And thank all of y'all for your super chats. You guys support so much. I really do appreciate it. But let me tell you, let me told you. I ain't trying to hear none of that dumb shit about Teofimo Lopez not fighting Devin Haney. All right, we're going to go to war for that. Just going to let you know. Just going to let you know that subject matter is not going to die. If you think for some crazy reason that you're going to be able to just ignore it and it's going to go away, it will not. Okay? If the waiting game is your plan, I suggest that you adjust. Lisa Snow in that super chat said, if Wilder got a lot of heat for making excuses that I didn't see, Loma should get more for making excuses on national TV. Without a doubt. Much love in that super chat. Lisa, please let me. Yes. Thank you, Lisa Snow. I'm bad. I know it. I'm terrible. I'm terrible. But that's a privilege of having the channel, dog. That's the privilege of having the channel. Loma danced for 7 rounds. Yeah, but let's get on, though. I can't get on it yet. Can't get on it yet. Can I get on it yet? I can't get on it yet. I want to get on it yet. I should get on it. Y'all be lying and believing Tyson Fury, dog. Tyson Fury lying. Tyson Fury's lying. Have you guys heard an announcement for Tyson Fury's fight in the UK? It's October 21st. It's October 21st. December 5th is no 6 weeks away. November 5th is 6 weeks away. Have you heard an announcement about that fight being canceled? Since Tyson Fury bopped off at the mouth about it? Nope. You have not. You have not heard a word about it. And it's 6 weeks from his fight. You know what I would like to suggest? And I could be wrong, but I will be the first person to suggest this, I think. I think Tyson Fury tried to bullshit Deontay Wilder into stopping training. I was like, could that be why this dude's just blatantly lying? And these guys can just act like Deontay Wilder does not have a contract. But just let me know, man. Let me know. But as far as the comparison of Lomachenko versus Deontay Wilder, it's because he's black. It's because he's black. It's because he's black. It's because he's black. That's why. Okay? That's why I think. All right? And you know what else I think? Be dead honest with you. I think that the reason why people don't want Devin Haney to fight Teofimo Lopez, some people, is because they don't want to see him win. They don't want Devin to have the opportunity to beat Teofimo Lopez. And no, not Riley versus Haney. Riley needs to go fight that motherfucker that beat him already. Marinez. See y'all trying to throw Riley Romero at Devin Haney? Riley Romero is Teofimo Lopez's running buddy. Why would Devin Haney fight Teofimo Lopez's running buddy? He's the WBC champion of the world. Riley Romero just lost to Marinez and needs to do that rematch. He does not deserve a shot at the WBC lightweight championship of the world. Riley Romero. No, Teofimo Lopez needs to fight Devin Haney. Period. And if he wins, shut him up. And Teofimo Lopez knows it because that's why Teofimo Lopez said it. Hey, I know I just need to fight him to shut him up. I don't have a beef with Teofimo Lopez because I believe Teofimo Lopez would fight him. But guess what? The book ain't out on Devin Haney, so I don't know if he'll win, and neither do you, El Caso de Paz. Watch here. Do you guys all think that you know that Devin Haney's going to win that fight? Do you think seriously? What percentage chance would you give that fight? Wilder lost twice. I don't give a shit who he lost with. El Caso de Paz, you got one more of them, dude, and I'm going to put you the fuck out. And you know why? Because I like your name, and I'm going to have a tendency to look over at it. So since I told you, I'm reading your comment that the discussion is interesting to me. But if you push that shit too far, I'm going to get rid of you for a distraction. Just letting you know. The hammer comes down around this bitch. It does. Okay? So use your access wisely, homie, or you shall disappear. And you ain't coming back unless you get another name. It's just what it is. Anyway, exactly. But what's the percentage chance? I think my personal opinion is, I think the fight is 51-49. From what I've seen, if I really was like really want to give Teofimo Lopez like full credit and like all of the benefit of the doubt, 55-45. If I wanted to give Teofimo Lopez every single solitary benefit of the doubt, including Devin Haney not having a chin and Devin and Teofimo Lopez having the speed to cut off the ring and land something. If I gave Teofimo Lopez 100% benefit of the doubt, I think it's a 55-45 fight for Teofimo Lopez. If I just think just what I've seen and what I know, I think it's a 50-50 fight. I think it's a 50-50 fight. Teofimo Lopez can lose that. And I can see how he could lose it. Because if Devin has a chin, Teofimo Lopez is going to lose. Because Teofimo Lopez hit Vasyl Lomachenko with some very, very flush shots and did not hurt him. Or did not knock him out. Did not knock him down. So, but then again, he probably didn't really sit on the shots with Loma because he was trying to be quick and not overcommit. But he's going to do the same thing against Devin Haney. So, I don't know. I think it's a 50-50 fight, personally. But if I if Devin Haney ain't got a chin and Teofimo Lopez can cut off the ring, then I go 55-45 for Lomachenko for Teofimo Lopez because I think he could get in there and go at his body because if he can get him off, cut him off, and go at Devin Haney's body, then he can slow Devin Haney down. But if he can't do that, he's going to get jabbed to death. He's going to get jabbed straight right-handed to death because Devin Haney has the better feet. And you guys don't give a lot of credit for defense. But defense counts, which is why they don't want people to fight these guys because they have good defense, which is why I keep telling you that Monster anyway is a fucking hype job because he got no defense. Yeah, absolutely. Very clean punches, very fast punches, right? Great combination puncher, all of that. All of his offensive stuff, body shots, all that, very high. His defense, not getting hit, his offense is his defense. The only reason people ain't punch him in the face is because they're getting hit. What happens when Monster fights somebody that's not the case? They can keep him from hitting him and can still hit him. Is he going to be able to play that chess match that Teofimo Lopez played? Because remember, Teofimo Lopez won that fight off of this. Monster going to be able to do that with somebody? I don't know. He ain't proved it. Teofimo Lopez has proved it, though, that he can do it with this. So, yeah, man, Teofimo Lopez got everything he needs. And I wish him well. But he's got some things he doesn't need. And some of the things he doesn't need is a bunch of fanboys. And that's what y'all are because you ain't talking about him last week, okay? I've been doing Teofimo Lopez videos with Vasyl Lomachenko for at least 6 months. 6 months. And y'all were not here. We're not on the videos telling me what you think and all of that. So I only got to believe you guys are Johnny-come-latelys. You know what I'm saying? They just started watching it. Wow, Teofimo! Who's Devin Haney? Oh, no, we don't need that. Go up, do what Teo wants you to do. What do you want Teo to do? Whatever Teo want me to do. You know what I'm saying? What do you want Teo to do? Whatever Teo wants to do. Why? Because I don't know what the fuck Teo should do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what he should do because you don't. Y'all don't know whether or not he's undisputed or not. That's why you would repeat that dumb shit if they said it. Of course he's not undisputed. Okay? No, he's not undisputed. They changed that shit quick to what is he now? 4-belt champ. I thought he was trying to be undisputed. Oh no. He's a 4-belt champ. Y'all see how these people be trying to bullshit on you? It changed from undisputed to 4-belt champ. Like magically. Boop. You know why? Because people were like, no, Devin Haney is the champion. Okay? You can't go around him. And we've been preparing for you to try to go around him for months. That's why you can't go around him. We've already been building the logic. We've already been talking about it for months. We were ready for you to try to do it. Weren't we? Weren't we sitting there saying, hey, guess what's going to happen? Because, and this is truth, I had a conversation with Bill Haney. Bill Haney, and I'm going to tell you this is for real, okay? And Bill Haney is not, I don't even care. I'm going to tell Bill Haney's business, okay? I usually don't do this, but I'm going to do this. I had a conversation with Bill Haney where between an intermediary, because people were like, man, Fannon, you're really hating on Devin Haney. You're hating on Devin Haney. And I said, look, man, I am not hating on Devin Haney. I am not letting people attack Gary Russell Jr. on my channel. I don't allow people on my channel to mistreat black fighters. I like Devin Haney a lot, but I like Gary Russell, right? So what I told them was, and they were like, look, man, people think you just hate Devin. I was like, nah, I don't hate Devin, but look, watch this. Man, Devin ain't got to worry about me hating him. His dad ain't got to worry about me hating him because, look, the Teofimo Lopez versus Vasyl Lomachenko fights is going to happen. And either way that goes, that guy has to fight Devin. And those guys are going to try to duck Devin. Bob Arum's going to try to duck Devin and have him fight somebody else or move up in weight and do all kind of other stuff. So I'm not going to waste my energy shitting on Gary Russell Jr. for something that I don't want to. I like Gary Russell Jr., but I guarantee you this. I know what's about to happen the day after this fight between Teofimo Lopez and Vasyl Lomachenko. Bob Arum's going to come out and say Devin Haney ain't going to get the fight. And I told that to Team Haney a month and a half ago because I already knew what the shit was going to be. Dog, I got the videos ready damn near for Teofimo Lopez's next post-fight interview. I know what he about to do. These guys keep running the same playbook. And if you look at it closely enough, you too will see. Okay? Stop letting them do that. Make Teofimo Lopez fight Devin Haney so we can know who the best is. And all you trolls in the comment section or fake bots that want to try to move public opinion this way or that way, dog, you don't move public opinion on this channel. Ain't no public opinion on this channel. It's my fucking opinion on this channel. And unless you can bust the logic, you lose. And you can't bust the logic because the logic is impenetrable. You can't get out of it. Devin Haney is the champ. And you can't act like he's not. He is the same belt Errol Spence Jr. has. He has the same belt. He has the same belt Tyson Fury has. He has the same belt Arthur Beterbiev has. He has the same belt that David Benavidez got stripped from. And if it wasn't the real championship, then why did you waste your time stripping David Benavidez of it? He has the same belt as Jermall Charlo. He has the same belt as Jermell Charlo. He has the same belt as Jose Ramirez. How can he not be the champion? How can he not be the champion? Stop playing. Stop playing, Mauricio. Stop playing. You can't get out of that. Your rule book is very well written for you to do whatever you want to do within your organization. But public opinion does not rest in your organization. It rests right here. It rests right here. You don't get to choose who the champ is. You get to sanction the fight. And then people can recognize your belt as legitimate because of their respect that they have for you. But when the people no longer have respect for you, they no longer have respect for the belt. Because the belt is only as good as your reputation. And Lance Pugmire and Mike Coppinger start going in at you with machine gun bullets, you should start realizing that the end is near. And you ain't going to be able to get away with that. Nobody is recognizing Teofimo Lopez as an undisputed champion. That's done. Even ESPN has Devin Haney as the WBC champion. ESPN is calling him a 4-belt champion because they had to fix that undisputed shit. Because logic tells you you cannot be undisputed if somebody disputes you. And you're disputing yourself, Mauricio. You're disputing yourself. Because you say I have 2 champions. Oh, is that the champion? No, that's not the champion. That's the champion. You're disputing who the champion is. Because every other champion was the WBC regular. And everybody, just the WBC belt. Everybody looks at the WBC belt and they say, oh, well, Devin Haney must be the champion because everybody else that's the champion in the WBC, except for Canelo, has that belt. You just charge sanctioning fees to Jermall Charlo for a WBC sanctioned fight against Sergey Devenchenko. Sergey Devenchenko paid a sanctioning fee because if he had beaten Jermall Charlo, he would have became the WBC champion. He has the same belt as Devin. So why is Devin not champion? For some ad hoc reason. That's logic. You can't get around it. If Teofimo Lopez is the undisputed champion of the world, then there is only one other champion in the WBC, and that is Canelo Alvarez. If you claim that Devin Haney is not a champion, you have stripped Tyson Fury because he is not a franchise champion. So you better, by the day after tomorrow, come up with another 18 franchise champions or what? 17 weight classes. You need another 15 franchise top rank belts to go pass around to people. Otherwise, people ain't buying that belt. People ain't buying the belt. See, the belt used to get made because a fighter got it. And I know that's what the WBC thinks. Okay? Because this is how they always start these new belts. They find a big name fighter and they give them the belt. And then the fighter makes the belt. That's the story of the IBF. Shout out to the historians on YouTube. Okay? When I do this, this is a shout out to my man Scrapbook Boxing. Right? And guys that will teach you these type of things. Ridiculous. But if your belt is not trusted, get out of here. But the IBF was founded off Larry Holmes. When Larry Holmes became the champion, then the IBF was legitimized with the champion. Weight classes are legitimized by fighters because people don't give a shit about nothing but the fighter. So as soon as you get a high-profile fighter to fight in that stupid-ass weight class called super cruiserweight, and they're selling tickets now, all of a sudden they're going to wait around. Time will tell. That's what Mauricio Sulaiman said. Time will tell. Yes, Mauricio, time will tell. You better be careful of what time tells you. That's what his answer was about this franchise dumb shit. Well, time will tell. You're right. Time will tell. You sure you want to wait around for time to tell you? Or maybe you should just listen to what people have to say who are your customers. Who the fuck does that? Listens to the people that pay the money and the people that pay them the money, right? Because we're the fans. We pay the WBC money because they get a cut of the fighters and we pay the fighters. Their answer to a shitty product is time will tell. What do you mean time will tell? Dude, I'm paying my money now. Fuck you talking about? That was so disrespectful of boxing fans, dude. Mauricio Sulaiman just shit on boxing fans when he said that. Oh, well, time will tell. Oh, you think people are just going to not realize? You think, dude, people have been complaining. What do you mean time will tell? Boxing is falling behind MMA, Mauricio. Time is telling you. Time will tell. Time has been telling you. The more belts you make, the worse boxing gets. Time has been telling you not to add more weight classes. Time has been telling you not to. But you're being penny wise and pound stupid. You know that saying, penny wise and pound foolish? You're making a decision that's going to make you more money right now. But that decision is going to be something that's going to snowball later. Because like D-Style Boxing said, do not be surprised that shit can get worse in boxing. And with guys like Mauricio Sulaiman and the WBC, they're proving it. Look how fast the WBC franchise belt got worse. Canelo just got the shit like a year ago. Has time made the no, it's not gotten any better. You just fucked up undisputed with the dumb shit. Just fucked up undisputed with dumb shit for no good reason. Oh, I'm sorry. We got to keep Canelo Alvarez. We have to have a cut of the $325 million contract. That, by the way, got breached. And now giving him the franchise belt ain't giving you no money this year because he ain't fighting this year. How did the franchise belt pay the WBC this year with Canelo? It's ridiculous. But let me read some comments, and I probably missed super chats. I'm going in today, and I appreciate you guys being in the chat. We'll get some more interviews sooner or later, so y'all don't have to hear me go in like this all the time. But it needs to be said because you guys are going to try to pull something, dog. TC the Christ said, Tio, get behind us. We'll protect you from Mino, Devin, Teofimo. No, don't fight. Can't fight him. Best of it was yesterday. Fannon, why do you hate Latino fighters? Fannon, why do you hate Latino fighters? What? Yeah, okay, I guess so. God dang it. Fucking fly. I saw this. Missed him. Damn flies. Yeah, it's terribly watered down now. And Mauricio Sulaiman's answer to boxing is too watered down is to continue to water it down even more. And the people in the comment section, y'all don't even care because you don't even understand. Which is why I say, dude, let's have a hardcore boxing channel where people understand these things. Where people are like, nah, I don't care about the rating system. I don't care what you're saying about what the future of Teofimo Lopez is going to be. Dude, honestly, dog, I want to see Teofimo Lopez fight Devin Haney because tomorrow's not promised. Teofimo Lopez could throw his fucking back out walking down the street. Could just walk down the street, throw his back out. Now what? Now there's no Teofimo Lopez and there's no Devin Haney because you never let Devin Haney get the shot. There's trickle-down effects to these dumbass decisions that tear at the sport of boxing. And Paulie Malignaggi would say, well, black people used to dominate boxing back in the maybe the 1980s, 1990s, yeah, right, when Don King was there. You mean when Don King would promote black fighters? How many black fighters has Don King? How many black fighters is Top Rank seriously promoted in the last 30 years? Name the black fighters in the last 30 years. Or should we just go 20 years? Let's go 20 years. 20 is long enough, ain't it? What black fighters is Terrence including Terrence Crawford, has ESPN has Top Rank promoted in the last 20 years? 25 years since the Eastern European took over. Zero is the answer. None. They had Floyd Mayweather, didn't promote him. Thought he was in that, treated him like an also ran. Told him his name would never go on the wall, would never go. What happened to Floyd Mayweather Jr. when people were able to buy Floyd Mayweather Jr.? They bought Floyd Mayweather Jr., right? Exactly. But not on Top Rank. How's Top Rank? And that's why I did that thing yesterday. The Bud got to go. Doug, I'm telling you, watch what happens if they put this Kell Brook fight, if they do not put this Kell Brook Terrence Crawford fight on, if they put that shit on ESPN Plus, I'm going to be hot. If that is on ESPN Plus, that tells you what they think of Terrence Crawford. What they put on ESPN Plus are the ones that they don't want everybody to see. That they ain't willing to just pay for. Right? Because they came off of big money to make Teofimo Lopez and Vasyl Lomachenko on ESPN. Paid Vasyl Lomachenko 2.5, right? Wasn't it 2.5 that Vasyl got? And Teofimo Lopez got like 2. It's like $4.5 million in purses over there, right? So I know that since Kell Brook is going to get less than Teofimo Lopez got, because what is he, 1.5? Ain't that what they offered him? They didn't offer him 2, it's 1.5. And Terrence gets the same amount of money as Vasyl Lomachenko does. So I'm quite sure that all of America that has regular ESPN is going to be able to see Terrence Crawford fight Kell Brook. I can't wait for Top Rank and ESPN to make that investment and not put that shit over on ESPN Plus where only people that pay an extra $8 a month can see it. And then re-air it on regular ESPN sometime during the week. I'll be very interested to see how they handle that. You will know the answer if he goes on ESPN Plus. Because we don't know what Bud's numbers are. Because Bud is on ESPN Plus. There's a difference between ESPN and ESPN Plus for people that do not know. Just so you know. The $2 million for Teofimo Lopez and Lomachenko was on regular ESPN, which means that all I had to do is just turn on my TV and there the fight was. ESPN Plus is an app where you got to go to your phone or you got to go to your computer and open it up. And if you've not done so already, you have to subscribe. And then to subscribe, you have to pay. It is a premium service. That is where you've been seeing Terrence Crawford fights, which is why Terrence Crawford's name is not growing because he's hidden on an app. Vasyl Lomachenko for the big fight. Now, did Vasyl fight on the DAZN last fight? Who did he fight? Who was Vasyl Lomachenko's last fight? I need to look it up. Was that the one that was on DAZN? Let's see. I need to have BoxRec like on my thing. I've never put BoxRec in, and I use BoxRec a lot. Man, when I was a long time ago, when I used to talk to people and I just first started making videos, people used to always try to shame me because they were like, "You went to BoxRec. You went to BoxRec." Dog, 3 years later, and me thoroughly believing I know more about boxing than most of y'all, I still go to BoxRec. So it was just like one of these little clowns, hardcore boxing, these little way hardcore boxing fans try to clown you, you know. Lomachenko, oh, you went to BoxRec. I'm supposed to go to BoxRec, man. What do you think I am? Supposed to go to BoxRec. It's got the records. They won't let me anywhere near Fight Facts. Lomachenko's last fight was against Luke Campbell. That was on DAZN. Yeah, so he fought on DAZN before that. Anthony Corrala, that was ESPN Plus. Jose Pedraza, yeah, and that was in 18. Damn, he had 2 easy-ass fights back-to-back before he lost. Anthony Corrala, a UK dude. Luke Campbell, soft ass UK dude. Sorry, I think that Ryan Garcia is going to beat up Luke Campbell. Sorry, I just can't believe he can get past. You guys don't pretend to try to hype me up into no Luke Campbell beating Ryan Garcia shit. I do not believe it. I believe Luke Campbell's going to sleep against Ryan Garcia, man. And Ryan Garcia is a really good fighter, man. I'm a fan of him. Yeah, so that proved what I thought was right. Yeah, that was about right. Let me see this chat. Dang, man, I'm so far behind. Bumpy Thompson said, I hope Bud leaves, then come back to haunt Bob Arum. Look, man, Bud has got to go, man. He doesn't have to go, but I'm just not very hopeful that anything significant is going to happen for him if he doesn't. You know what I mean? Like, if he did like Manny Pacquiao and bounce, I think he could have a renaissance, like he'll have like a renaissance in his career. Not a renaissance in his career, but like for boxing fans, I think we'd be treated to some really great fights if he was with the PBC. You know, even besides just the Errol Spence Jr. fight. Because I mean, look what we're getting with Manny Pacquiao. And I don't think Manny Pacquiao, when he went to the PBC, was anywhere near the condition that Terrence Crawford is right now, you know? And you get to see good fights. Manny Pacquiao was done before he went to the PBC. You know, it was like, man, people were like, he was retired. And then he came back, boom. He has back-to-back pay-per-views on Fox, and he's doing well. But the thing though is this, man, and I think fighters get stuck in this. Well, let me speak for myself, or let me speak like this and say my observation tells me this, that boxers have to choose right now. You have to choose whether or not you're going to be accepted by the mainstream media, or whether or not you're going to make whether you're going to make good money. That seems to be the choice for these upper level fighters, not regular fighters. I'm talking about upper level fighters when they're choosing, a guy like Terrence Crawford, a guy like Teofimo Lopez. I think that they have to make a decision. If they stay with ESPN, they're going to get a lot of media accolades for sure. You're going to get on a pound for pound list. You saw that's what happened with Teofimo Lopez. As soon as he won, he's on the pound for pound list. That is a part of being with Top Rank, where Jermell Charlo, he does the same thing, and he is not on the pound for pound list, right? Because didn't Jermell Charlo do what Teofimo Lopez did? He had one belt. He turned one belt into three, right? He did it in spectacular fashion. The way that he beat Rosario was spectacular. Did he make it to the number 10 position? No. Teofimo Lopez bunny hopped Manny Pacquiao. He bunny hopped Manny Pacquiao. He's right there with Gennady Golovkin. Gennady Golovkin ain't been a top fighter, according to anybody with common sense, in 2 years. He's still on the pound for pound list. See, so when you go with ESPN, you're going to get that. Bud is on the pound for pound list. He is paying for that. He's paying for that with his licensing fees and his promotional fees. He pays the Top Rank. See, when I look at ESPN's list, and you look at Ring Magazine's list, and you know who owns them, and then you see who's on them, it's not too hard. Doesn't take a tremendous amount of doesn't take a whole lot of thought to be like, oh, okay, this is laden with top ranked fighters. This is heavy with this is heavy with Golden Boy fighters. And watch this. A guy like Canelo, who Top Rank wants to sign, stays up there. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you think they're going to insult Canelo Alvarez by not having him on the list? Because shoot, he may never want to work with him because he's the super. It's that. And boxing fans should understand that. But once you understand that, then you can ignore that. But you can't ignore it until you understand it. And that's just real. People will say, Fannon, they said this for years on the channel. Why are you talking about this stuff? Why are you talking about this stuff? Because if you don't understand it, it will confuse you. Period. And you will not know what's going on, and anybody can tell you anything. That's when you have confusion. But when you have clarity, then you can't pull no shit. So take this bullshit franchise belt, for example. Now that we have clarity and we know it's horse shit, Mauricio Sulaiman can't pull it. But if half the people in the room think it's legitimate and the other half think it's bullshit, then he can do it. Because eventually, the people that think it's bullshit are just going to stop doing it because these other people aren't going to listen to them. So we'll just keep sanctioning the fights and keep moving. But the problem is with the franchise belt, everybody knows it's bullshit. Everybody does. Other champions know it's bullshit. Champions of the WBC knows it's bullshit. And they don't want it. But why would it think about this, WBC? Why would another champion in the WBC paying you sanctioning fees respect the franchise belt? They wouldn't. They would say, they would just be sitting there waiting for the other shoe to drop, waiting for the day that you decide that they are no longer a champion because you want somebody else to be the franchise champion. But you could say, well, Fannon, the guy has to fight. Well, do they have to fight? I mean, you used to say that the franchise champion couldn't be exchanged. It was just a special designation, but now it can be exchanged. So tomorrow, now you're telling me that you just can't name somebody that even if they don't fight to get it, right? That it has to be named after a fight. I don't believe you. I believe you'll just make that you will do anything. You know what I'm saying? You'll do anything and just start naming your champion. Your champion won't even be named in the fight. It'll just be named. You'll just decide who it is. And if you don't like who the guy that won the fight is, you can just strip him and name somebody else champion. Don't act like you wouldn't do the shit, because I wouldn't think you'd do some shit like the franchise champion, but you're doing it. Anything's possible when you let this type of nonsense slide. And I promise you, if we were having this conversation in 1960 and somebody was like, God, dog, man, why do we need two belts? Well, we don't need two belts because we might wind up eventually, because two means now we have 14 champions. If we do that again, we're going to wind up with 28. And if we do it again, then we're going to wind up with even more. And then that's going to set a precedent where we just keep adding weight classes and keep adding belts. Oh, no, that'll never be the case. That's not possible. People will be reasonable. They'll know two is enough. And then when it got to 14, oh, well, it's reasonable. People will know 14's not enough. The 14's enough. And then when you get to 190, well, people will know 190's enough. You know, that's enough. We're making it. When you got a champion per area code in the United States, well, we know 765 champions, but hey, man, you know, there's a potential for the virus, so we need to have champions based on the area code. We got the 312 championship. You know what I mean? We'll have if the fight is in Chicago, it's the 312 championship. If it's held in New Orleans, it's the 504 championship. Dog, you don't know what people are going to start doing following your lead. That's why you don't model stupid behavior. My man, Mr. Teen King, Texas, in that super chat. Much love in that super chat. I know y'all don't like me now. I know you don't. I'm sorry. So sorry, but it's the truth. So sorry, but it is the truth. Much love in that super chat, Mr. Teen King, Texas. Exactly. An Uber driver tournament. Might as well. For real. Seriously. If the WBC adds one more weight class and belt, what you might want to do, say, if you missed out on super chats for my bad. Let me go back to the super chats. I'm going to get them right now. And I'm going to apologize to you guys for not getting them, not reading them immediately. Hold on. Terrence Chavis does not get timed out, homie. Yeah, I missed a lot of super chats. Shit. Whoa. I just be talking, huh? Y'all be like, Fannon just be talking. All right, Keith James, I got that. A Zap, I got that. Viking Boxing Enterprise said there's nothing wrong with generating interest in the fight. It's healthy for the sport of boxing. Haney versus Lopez is a must-see match, so there's clarity in the 135 division. Stardom is a non-factor. Exactly. Vikinger boxing talk. Whoever Terrence Chavis said daily support 100. I don't know why I'm timed out. I promise you, Terrence, you will never be timed out again. Please put your comment in the comment section, Terrence Chavis, so I can find you, and we will put an end to that because I have a very hard time believing you are not a moderator. The only reason you are not a moderator, friend, is because I do not see the moderator stuff on my screen. Please leave a statement, and you will have that done. Sorry, man. Do not touch my man. Please do not ever time him out. How you feel if Edgar fight Canelo? Edgar said in 6 months, I don't think he deserves a fight with Canelo. I think he need to work his way up the rankings. Like everybody else, dog. I'm sick of all this. People just jumping all the way up to the front of the line, dog. Like, make the fights, man. Like, and making the fights is just going to require people to have buy your own super chat. What is this? Oh, why would I buy my own super chat? What shit does that make? What? You said that's a fact. If you go to the comment section about non-black fighters, there are no black people hating. We are not thinking about them. That's what you're talking about? So I think I got the super chats. But do not do that again to my dude, please. And I got to get you the moderator as soon as I see your chat again. As soon as I see you in the chat, you'll be a moderator. Marcus Lucas said, Fannon, explain to me how there are only 2 black fighters. Oh, okay, I got that on the pound for pound list. Where is Tank, Charlos, Caleb Planning? Yeah, exactly. I got that one, and I went into that for a long time. Taquan Savage says, Salute Fannon Don and Taquan Savage again in that super chat, man. Thank you so much for the support. What did Ducknello do? EJ going to surpass a lot of people? Yes, he is. I can't wait for this fight, man. I'm looking forward to it. Okay, I'm going to get the one. Frank the Trucker, get in that super chat. RGJ3 Boxing said, Spence versus Danny is a great example of ratings. It is. I can't wait for that fight. Stick Talk Boxing said, yo, got you, big homie Fannon. What's going on, Stick Talk Boxing? That's what's. Oh, you got me? That's what's up. Is that the? I'm pretty sure that's the. I get you. I know now. That's what's up. Okay, so Jupiter B said, Haney ain't fought nobody means that's an easy undisputed for T.O. If Haney a hype job, let T.O. expose him like he did Loma. What's the issue? And Mr. T King, Texas, with all that love in the super chat, man, thank you so much for the support, man. Thank you guys so much for the support. Who am I pulling for? Tank versus Haney. I'm not pulling. Don't put me in bad situations. Don't put me in no bad situations. I'm at this stage. For that fight, I want to see the fight happen. I hope Tank gets the fight, and I hope Devin gets the fight. As far as how the fight goes, I will tell you after Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney fight. Then I will know for sure. As of right now, I don't know because I need to see who Devin. Honestly, that's what needs to happen. Devin needs to fight Teofimo Lopez, and the winner needs to fight Gervonta Tank Davis. You still missing super chats? Now you lying, dog. Now you lying. I got everyone on there. And I love that y'all. It's a great problem to have, dog. Thank you guys. Shit, thank you guys. Thank you for the blessing. Thank you for the blessing. I can't tell you guys sometimes, man. Like, I thank you for the blessing. Did you guys talk boxing with me? Thank you. Okay, I read everything, man. You messing with me, man. You messing with me. I got everything. I got everything. Yeah, get the likes up. What are the likes? I know they ain't liking. Come on, man. We got 400 likes because I ain't never asked for them. Hey, man, get the likes up to 600, man. Really, we could have had 1,000 likes. There are people that have more likes than have views because people coming in on the chat. Terrence is here. Yeah, where is it? Oh, there. Oh, it's a while ago. It was an accident. Oh, yeah, because it's got a green thing on there. I'm going to say, how did that shit happen? Okay. Thank you. Yeah, man, don't be a sucker. Smash the like button. Who should Tank fight after Leo? It doesn't matter to me. As long as it is like Ryan Garcia, be good. Because it's in lightweight, right? I wouldn't mind Lomachenko. I think a Lomachenko fight would be good for Gervonta Davis. I wouldn't mind that at all. However, there goes that dumb shit about Lomachenko Tank ducking Lomachenko. Man, y'all can't even say that no more. What you gonna do now? Wow. I didn't even realize that. You realize you guys have nothing else to say about Gervonta Tank Davis? Well, how are you gonna hate on him now? The whole thing was he was ducking Lomachenko. Now Lomachenko got that ass beat. What you going to say about him now? And how are you going to shit on him and tell me that Teofimo Lopez is a bigger star than him? That's what gets me. You literally have second fiddle fighters talking about who's the bigger second fiddle fighter. No, I don't want to take that back. I take that back because I don't mean to say Devin Haney is a second fiddle fighter or Teofimo Lopez is a second fiddle fighter. I don't mean that. What I mean, though, is that, dude, Teofimo Lopez is not big enough to be saying that people are not big enough to fight him when he is not as big as a guy in the weight division. That's like Jamal Charlo being at 160 pounds talking about he's too big, that he's too big a fighter to fight other guys at 160 pounds. Just because he's a bigger draw than they are, even though he's not as big a draw as Canelo Alvarez. You know what I mean? It's just a real interesting little, it's a real interesting scenario, man. Let me see something. What? No, that's not right. That is super not right. That was hours ago. Man, I gotta love it. Tank, there you go. I knew it was coming. Tank waited for Loma to show cracks. Well, he got it. Shit. He got it. He got it. He got it. Hey, you know what I'm going to do, dog? I'm going to start fucking people over. I should start fucking people over. I ain't fucked people over in a long time, dog. I ain't messed people over in a long time. But, dog, don't act like I won't do it. Man, people, y'all should be real careful with all that Free Willy shit y'all be doing. Because, dog, people cut you a lot of slack. Okay? People cut people a lot of slack. Don't think because people cut you slack that they don't know what you do. And they don't see what you do. Okay? Because people cut you slack. There's a guy on YouTube that can slice dang near anybody's views in half. But he never does it. Never does it. But look, man, hit me with some questions, but then I'm gonna bounce after that. The last thing that I'm gonna talk about is ask you guys when you're gonna start treating Deontay Wilder with the due respect, man. You know that how you're treating Vasyl Lomachenko is much different. Guru stop. Who's the guru? Guru. Who's Guru? Fuck out, dog. Bye. Dog, we are the LDBC. We rock. We good. Don't worry about it. Do you see Pac 2 ever happen? Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao? No, I do not ever see that happen. I don't see Floyd Mayweather doing anything other than making a lot of money in maybe exhibition fights, because you see where all that stuff went about, like Jake Paul or whatever his name is. That just went away. I mean, dude, Floyd's been out of the ring for now since 2000. Legitimately, Floyd's been out of the ring since 2015. It's like 5 years since he's had a fight. No, you're not going to see Floyd back in the ring. Because wasn't 2000 Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao was 2015, right? 2015. No. Dog, Floyd don't never go, man. Floyd has done his thing, man. And I'm sure whenever Floyd starts training and he gets that idea that he wants to do it, about 4 or 5 days into it, he gets up in the morning and feels every bit of 43 years old and sits back down and says, you know, I can't do it. And there's things when you get older that will prevent you from doing it, like your knees swelling all the damn time or your back swelling all the time. All those injuries that you have, that you've gotten over the year, those injuries are still there. They're still there. So he's still absorbing a lot of those. They will treat Wilder better when they die. No, they will not. Then they will exploit Deontay Wilder like they exploit Muhammad Ali. They will not treat him better when they die because he'll be dead. What they will do is they will exploit his name for their own benefit. Like they did just like they did Hank Armstrong, right? Just like they did Henry Armstrong, just like they did Sugar Ray Robinson, just like they do Sugar Ray Robinson, just like they do all these black fighters in the past that they bring up only when it's time to say some non-black fighter has beaten their record. Bernard Hopkins, only shit they got to say about him is when Gennady Golovkin was going to beat his record. DAZN wouldn't even know how to spell Henry Armstrong if they couldn't have figured out a way to tie his name to Canelo Alvarez beating his record. Those are just reminders of black fighters' records disappearing in front of your face. And then they sell the same narrative that black fighters don't sell and black fighters are no longer dominant. Paulie Malignaggi just said out his dumb ass, Eastern Europeans are dominant. What happened? What happened? What happened to the domination? How many Eastern European fighters are there in boxing right now? It just got cut in a third. It just got caught by a fourth, excuse me. You just lost 25% of your Eastern European world champions in a night. But you didn't lose any pound-for-pound fighters. He lost, but he stayed right there on that pound-for-pound list. Gennady Golovkin lost, but he stayed right there on that pound-for-pound list. Kovalev has lost, and he stays right on it. He stayed right on that pound-for-pound list. Only dudes on that pound-for-pound list that ain't got belts, Eastern Europeans. They're the only ones to lose and stay on the pound-for-pound list with no belts. Am I lying? Gennady Golovkin lost all his belts to Canelo Alvarez and stayed on the pound-for-pound list. Yeah, he did. Yeah, Gennady Golovkin got robbed. Hey, he lost. Yeah, he got robbed when they ran, and he ran out with it. Then again, bullshit, he lost. Canelo won. Then Canelo shouldn't be there. Hey, if Gennady Golovkin got robbed, then what's Canelo doing on there? Canelo should be off because he lost to Gennady Golovkin. One or the other lost. One of the other guys stayed there with a loss. And it was your boy, who's still there. Canelo's still there, and he ducks Sergey Devenchenko. Jermall Charlo beats the guy Canelo Alvarez ducks, and he don't make it. Watch. Tank Davis is not going to make pound for pound when he beats a four division champion in Leo Santa Cruz. How many losses does Leo Santa Cruz have, by the way? Doesn't he just have one? One loss? 4 belts? 4 champions in 4 division with just 1 loss? Isn't that 1 more division than Lomachenko with more wins and the same number of losses? It is. Now, if Gervonta Davis beats him, the bigger guy, right? Because he is the bigger guy, just like Teofimo Lopez is the bigger guy. Do you think Gervonta Davis is going to wind up on the pound for pound list? Nope. Nope. Juan Carlos Estrada is going to stay on there. As if Juan Carlos Estrada should be on there and Leo Santa Cruz shouldn't be. How does that work? What is the mysterious explanation for Leo Santa Cruz not being on there? Didn't he beat Carl Frampton? Didn't he beat Abner Mares? Isn't he a 4 division champion? Why isn't he on there? His slot is filled with Juan Carlos Estrada. Who's the other Mexican guy on the pound? Oh, and Canelo. Slots filled. You think I'm bullshitting? Wait till somebody loses and see who shows up. The guy that beat Lomachenko showed up. Lomachenko didn't go nowhere. Gennady Golovkin lost. The guy that beat him was stayed on the list. And Gennady Golovkin didn't go nowhere. Jermell Charlo wins 3 belts. He ain't on the list. He don't get on the list. Leo Santa Cruz beats Gervonta Davis. Maybe he'll get on the list. Maybe. No. Leo Santa Cruz would get on the list. Gervonta Davis, he ain't getting on that list. Exactly. He dropped to number 7 at 14-2. Dude, Arthur Beterbiev doesn't have 20 fights. He's on there with less than 20 fights. Alexander Usyk is on there with less than 20 fights. There are no black fighters on there with less than 28, damn near 30 fights. And look who Errol Spence Jr. had to beat to get on there. Kell Brook, Sean Porter, Mikey Garcia, Lamont Peterson. It's ridiculous. AB can be top dog in 140? Nah, I don't think so. He'll be, but I'll tell you what. If he fought on ESPN, he'd do 2 million people would watch him on ESPN. I'll tell you that. Tell me I'm lying. I'm not. You know, who you pulling for, Tank or Devin? I don't. I like both fighters. I want to see them fight. But I don't think that they will. I think that they're in different weight classes, to be quite honest. But look, I got to get out of here. Much love to everybody. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't miss something. Bert from Arlington said, if Loma loses 3, is he done on the elite scene? No. No, he's not. No, he's not. Of course he's not. Dog, dude, go to the source. Lomachenko does not have color in his skin. He will be good. Okay? That's just what it is. Tyson Fury is one of the biggest cheaters in boxing heavyweight history. And dude, they do not give a shit. Okay. Like, let's just cut all the way to it. They do not care. Like Michael Jackson said, they don't really care about us. They don't. Okay. And that's just what it is. And that's why Devin Haney is not going to get the fight. That's why Guillermo Rigondeaux could not make it in the United States as a two-time Olympic champion, and Vasyl Lomachenko could. That's it. Rigondeaux has color in his skin, and Vasyl Lomachenko does not. Period. And that's my show. Much love to everybody in the chat, everybody in the super chat. Definitely check out the videos coming up later today. Much love to everybody that is a supporter of Teofimo Lopez. He is the man. Congratulations. This ain't no hate on my dude. And with that, I'm out. Peace.